Episode 12, Season 2. I'm one of your co-hosts, Daniel Perez.
And I'm Messi Morales when you're unqualified heroes.
Woo! Alright, so today, special episode. Just like I say every episode, because every episode's special. We are going to be answering your guys' questions that you asked on Instagram live on this podcast episode. So these are genuine reactions. We did not rehearse these. Who knows what we're gonna say? It's gonna be a good time. You ready, Messi?
I'm ready. We have couple questions. Some are weird because we have some weird followings like Andrew and Sean.
So, as Messi was saying, he's excited. I'm excited. It's gonna be a good time. But before we go into this, there has been some announcements that were made.
It was so crazy because they were today, and I was working, and then you sent me a message. I was like, nah, this can't be real. And then I saw Marvel was the one who posted it. So it's like, this has to be for real.
I genuinely thought it was fake because it was just the logo, like the logo that we've seen for ages. Yeah. And then it was like this little caption. It was like, oh, this is coming out this time. And I've been seeing that freaking fake posts saying the same thing for months. So I was like, oh, I was literally scrolling out. I was like, wait, did that say that was from Marvel? And I scrolled back up. I was like, oh, shoot, that said Marvel Studios on it. But
yeah, so
what are the announcements, Messi?
Okay, so they finally dropped the dates for Loki and Echo. They were postponed and they changed the dates to God knows what, but now it's official. Loki is starting on October 6th of 2023. But this is the other news, second part of that. There's more interesting of I don't know why they're doing it. Maybe there's a special, maybe they don't really care about it, or they just want to get over it. Echo is actually releasing all the episodes on Disney Plus on the 29th of November.
So this makes me think of, honestly, that one's definitely the most interesting because they're dropping all the episodes on one day. They've only done that with one thing, and that was I Am Groot. So yeah. It's like, do you just not care about this show? But you're like, I already produced it, I already worked on it. You're like, well, we gotta release this.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure why they're doing that way. I don't know. Maybe they don't care enough. I
think they don't think. I think that English that that they believe the audience, us as fans, will not be as engaged with Echo on a week-to-week basis versus just kind of like streaming it all at once. Because, as you know, there's been plenty of Marvel shows, and some of them work from a week-to-week basis, and other ones you're like, I could have watched this all at once. Yeah. So it might just be one of those shows that they're learning, and they're like, yeah, we should just cut it off. Also, with it being at the end of November, if they're going to do this on a week-to-week basis, you're getting towards Christmas holiday time where people might not be invested in that because they're spending time with family and all that other stuff.
I mean, Hawkeye was released on Christmas time. They released a Christmas special by that time. But talking a little bit about what you said before, I don't think that's the reason why they are releasing all the episodes all at once. Because if they are, what's the whole point of releasing it if they don't believe in it? Like if they're thinking, oh, my show is not gonna do good, so they release it all at once, like Ms. Marvel. Ms. Marvel is a good example of why this could be one of the reasons of why they're releasing all the episodes at the same time. Because let's be real, the audience was going lower and lower. Like some people didn't even finish the show. Like that could be one of the reasons, but I don't personally. I don't think that is the reason. Because if that's the reason, it's a sucky reason of why all these people are working so hard for the show just to be released to get views on a show that may or may not do good. So I tried to look at the positive inside of it. Is it for another reason? Maybe is.
So what reason do you think it is?
It can lead up to something that they needed faster than before. Because remember, there's a lot of shows and stuff that's been getting delayed because of what's going on with the writer's strike and all that stuff that's going on, and a lot of shows and movies, especially movies from the MCU, are getting delayed, and that's gonna f up everything else. So that could be one of the reasons. Is like, here, have at it. I honestly don't know. I don't know why they will do that.
No, that's a good point. So we'll see what happens. Is Echo gonna live up to whatever hype Echo has? I'm not sure if it has hype.
No
but
one has a hype for Echo. I haven't talked to no one who has a hype for Echo.
Maybe you're out there. Whoever's listening to this, maybe you have hype for Echo, and
Maybe.
no hate.
I will still watch it. I'm gonna still watch it. Me and Dave were talking earlier to see how we're gonna do the episodes for Echo, how we're gonna divide it, and he goes, "Oh, let's do one episode of all 6 episodes."
One episode of all 6.
Dude, it's gonna be like 6 hours. We talk about one episode, 1 hour each. So, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
It'll be a binge episode. You're just gonna have to listen to all 6 hours. It's like you're in a movie theater for watching 2 movies. I don't know. Whatever it is what it is. So that was our breaking news that happened literally today. Well, when you see this recording, it'll be yesterday. But
May
today
16th.
when we're recording. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. Do you have any other news before we jump into these questions?
Get your tickets for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, or whatever it's called. It's coming on June 2nd.
Cross the Spider-Verse. It's coming. Be ready.
June 2nd. Cannot wait.
On Disney Plus, we got Avatar coming. We got Indiana Jones coming.
All 4 movies. All 4 movies are going to be on Disney Plus. I think this month. I forgot the day. But watch them before you watch the 5th movie. You have literally no excuse. Again, we're not getting paid to tell you this.
This is not a sponsored advertisement.
But yeah, I think that's it. I think we're ready to start these questions and then get into it.
All right, let's do it. So the way this is going to work, we're going to shout you out as promised on your question, and then Messi will read it off, and we'll give our answers. Hopefully you like it, and if you don't like it, message us back and be like, that answer was ass. Do it again.
Okay.
And maybe we'll do it again.
This could be a good way to argue about some questions that we may disagree on the answer, but
we'll see.
We'll see. All right, Danny. So this blah blah English. All right. So the first question is from Nerd Doe's podcast, and his question is, what is your favorite sci-fi movie?
All right.
Favorite sci-fi
movie? I got a couple, but I think I know one of them that you're gonna take, so I won't say it. I'll just go with my first one, and that's Inception. I love Inception. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, regardless of the genre.
You do talk about it a lot.
I mean, I have been on this train since I was 10 years old, hopping around elementary school and 4th grade. Inception. Yeah, so. What's yours?
All right, I gotta think Back to the Future. Back to the Future was a very movie that I grew up with. It's a very old movie. It's a sort of classic movie. Seeing the whole trilogy. I love the trilogy, so I think it's one of the best trilogies out there. It's not my favorite trilogy, but it's one of the best trilogies. But yeah, Back to the Future.
Which Back to the Future? The first one.
The first one.
Okay.
The first one. Yeah. The second one is alright, but the third one is meh. But the whole trilogy is good though. But the first one is a classic.
The second one, he goes to the future. This first one, he goes to the past, right?
Yeah, he goes to the past in the first one. He goes 30 years to the past. Where
Past
his
one's the
mom
best one.
and his dad are at prom or whatever.
Bro, the song that they do in the past, it's amazing.
The whole soundtrack of that movie is good. Yeah, it's a very classic movie.
I respect that. So those are good choices.
Yeah,
I did have a plan B, and that
What's your
was
honor roll?
My honor roll is Revenge of the Sith from Star Wars. It's a classic. Come on, you have to put it on there. So I did.
Yeah, that movie is on my favorite Star Wars list that we made for May the 4th last post. Yeah, it's up there. Yeah, movie's great. All right, so
a good
again,
one.
that question is from Nerd Dose Podcast.
Nerd Dose
Thank
Podcast. Thank you for your question, and we hope that we gave you satisfactory answers.
All right, so this next question is from a friend of ours that we know and we still talk to sometimes. He calls himself the True Champ. He's a up and coming wrestler. His goal is to become the next Rock, but he's shorter and broker.
Does not have money,
The-
and does not have the height. So
But he's cool. He's cool. He's one of our closest friends. All right. His question is: you ready for this?
let's do it.
What movie are we looking forward to?
Is this are we talking Marvel or are we
Any
just
movie.
talking any movie in general?
He said a movie. He didn't specify Marvel, DC. He just said movie.
Okay.
What movie are you looking forward to?
Off the bat, the Hunger Games prequel. I said it
Okay.
before in a previous
Yeah.
podcast, or maybe it was a video, but I love the Hunger Games. Give me this prequel. I am wet. Okay.
Oh my God! Damn, freaking Andrew! Andrew, you made Danny wet with that question.
I love the Hunger Games.
Oh my God! Have you read the book for that specific
Nope.
movie?
Nope.
Are you gonna read it?
Maybe.
Are you planning to read it before?
I read all the original books before I watched the movie. I will say that. But that was back in the day when I read. So I don't do that anymore. So we'll see. I
man.
just got back into reading. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I won't. Depends if I...
Maybe it will be a good read.
it
you can-
probably is. I wouldn't be surprised if it was really good. Just depends
Yeah.
if I have the capacity and the patience to actually read.
I mean, then if you read the book and then you see the movie, you can pinpoint what they did wrong and what they missed.
But that's why I should read the movie, and then the book. Because if I read the book and then the movie, then I'm going to be like, this movie might suck. And I want to enjoy my experience.
I mean, I think that's one of the reasons why they're doing the Harry Potter, the whole thing again, with all these 7 books, because they saw the movie. Even though they're great, I don't think there's anything bad with that. I haven't read the book, so I'm not a reader. I'm not gonna even try to read it. I don't care about that. I saw the movies are good. I don't think they miss anything. But yet again, people like who read the books are saying that they're missing a lot of information. So it may be a win-win. Maybe the books are better than the movies, or then maybe the movie's better than the book.
What about you? What movie are you looking forward to?
I am looking for Oppenheimer. With Christopher
Oppenheimer?
Nolan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Oppenheimer. Yeah, I cannot. The trailer looks awesome. The cast. Oh my God, the cast is like phenomenal. And again, it's Christopher Nolan. He does not miss. He doesn't miss. His
He doesn't miss. And I
He's a
said
very
Inception. That was also from
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan.
He doesn't miss. The movie's coming out. Oh my God, I think July.
July. It comes out
Yeah,
same
July.
day as Barbie, so
Oh,
you know
yeah,
I'm
they're
watching a
competing.
back-to-back feature.
They're competing to see what movie breaks the box office that weekend. I think Oppenheimer guessed that. I think they're gonna win that weekend with
I don't think
with the
so.
box office. You
I
think
don't
Barbie's?
think so.
You think Barbie's gonna beat
I
it?
think Barbie's gonna win. You got people who don't go to the movies that will literally go just for Barbie because it's like, oh my gosh, Barbie. And you got more kids bringing butts and seats.
I don't
bro.
think it's a car. I don't think it's a kids movie. I don't think it's a. Kids.
Its
I mean, they
rating
may
is
act-
its rating is enough for a kids movie. I don't think it's
Is
a
it-
kids movie. I mean, the way that they were shoving off Margot Robbie's feet, that's a little sus. But I'm just saying, you were zooming
those
into
feet perverse. Those
you were
feet
zooming
perverse.
in way too much. I know
Those
those
feet.
trailer people knew what they were doing. I know they did it on purpose.
Oh no! We gotta get canceled. Yeah, so that's one of the questions Andrew asked. Actually asked multiple questions that we're gonna answer in a few. So let's go to the next question. It's from 30 and Nerdy Podcast.
30 and nerdy. Let's do it.
So their question is, what's the problem with DC live action movies? Oh my god.
Ooh,
We talked about this so much.
We have, and this is a good one. So, I'm gonna say it because I think we're starting to see it as movies come along, and that is the head. It all starts with the head. You had people in charge with Warner Brothers, DC, just going back and forth, hating each other, and disagreeing opinions. You wipe those people out. Now you got James Gunn in the throne room, who's making these movies. You have a specific person overhead of the DC, which is David Zasloff or something like that. He's kind of like overarching James Gunn. They're new people in, and they're going to do a great job. So I think what the issue was going on was the people that were in charge just didn't give a shit.
That's basically it. Yeah, so the whole DC thing, it all started when they were trying to compete with Marvel. They didn't want to do their own thing, because the original version of Zack Snyder, and he actually talked about it on the podcast with the Russo brothers. He wanted a dark story, like how DC is, like from the animation stuff in the comics. DC is more darker than Marvel.
Yeah.
That was the original plan. And then how Marvel is doing with, I mean, to be more specific, the MCU is doing is more joyful, more comedy. They want to compete with them. It didn't work out. They failed. Zack Snyder had to leave, and they put Josh Whedon in, and that's why we hate Josh Whedon now, because he kind of ruined the whole franchise, and then tried to compete again. And like Danny said, is all happened in the head of who was in charge back then. Now it's Discovery. Now we're getting a new CEO with Warner Brothers, and then now we got Peter and James, and they're controlling stuff now. So I think that was the problem. They just didn't know what the plan was. I think they were just making movies to make them. Try to say they're in the same universe, even though they didn't make sense in the same universe. And they didn't really care about their actors. Like Ray Fisher, he left. He thinks they were being racist towards him. We don't really know. We weren't there. And then with Henry Cavill, hire him, fire him, hire him, fire him. Like they don't know what the hell they're gonna do with Batgirl too. Like I felt bad for them. They worked so hard for that movie, and then we just wrote it off for tax reasons. I think they should do that for Aquaman. That's what they need to do. Screw that movie. Give us Batgirl. Well, they can't no more, but do that for Aquaman. Yeah, so
it's gonna be a rough movie. But in the words of what a Chinese fortune cookie once told me, be yourself. And DC was not being itself. It wanted to be Marvel. It couldn't be Marvel. It will never be Marvel. Be yourself. Hashtag fortune cookie. So, if you're a Chinese restaurant and you want to sponsor me, go ahead. Hashtag unqualified heroes. What's your next question?
All right, so that question was again from 30 and Nerdy Podcast. Thank you for asking us this question, and hopefully we did answer your question. All right, next question is from the winners from the Stark Podcast War. I think that's what's the name of the thing. From Two Black Nerds.
Whoa! Before we go any further, Two Black Nerds Podcast. I just want to say something. One, congrats. You got the dub.
Yeah.
I give you props. Number 2, it was close. It was freaking close by one question. I was ready to pop champagne. I had champagne on me, and I didn't get to use it. So now I just have champagne in the same unopened champagne in the fridge, and I'm sad. But I give you respects.
There you go. Yeah, they won their war. Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. Shout out Star Wars Podcast who hosted that. They're a great podcast. If you like anything Star Wars, they do a lot of. He does a lot of good stuff.
Yeah. All right. So their question is, which upcoming MCU project has the best chance of exceeding fans' expectations?
Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna go with an interesting one. And maybe this is a hot take. I don't know. Secret Invasion.
I was literally about to say the same.
Secret Invasion. And here's why. One, let's be real. The fandom is not about Disney Plus Marvel shows. Like, there is kind of hype just because we're Marvel fans. But in reality, the Marvel shows killed some of the fandom for the MCU. So now I don't think people are watching it as much. However, Secret Invasion looks badass, spy espionage type show. It's gonna be good. There's gonna be moments where you're like, what? He's a Skrull? I'm already ready for that moment. It's coming soon. Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion is a good answer. It looks badass. I give a theory. I forgot. I think it was with Starkpod. I said that in the very last moment they're gonna kill Nick Fury. It's gonna be Talos as him, and then Nick Fury's gonna kill the person who killed Talos. It's gonna be
Nick
like
Fury will just never die. He's just gonna pretend to die in every other project.
Yeah, I think that's a very good one. What other projects are coming that I think is gonna? Man, I wish you asked us this question before Guardians of the Galaxy came out. I would have said Guardians of the Galaxy. That movie was awesome.
Agatha,
oh, God.
Daredevil, Thunderbolts, Captain America.
I think, honestly, with how everything is going, and it's not directed by James Gunn, I have no faith on anything that's going to exceed our expectations. I think James Gunn and the Russo brothers put the bar so high that any other director who doesn't exceed or does close to their job, it's gonna pop.
Hot take. Maybe it's not a hot take. It's probably not a hot take. But I just gotta say something.
What?
James Gunn and the Russo brothers were the only directors to ever exceed our expectations in the entire MCU.
Yeah.
Entire MCU. Because, think about this. Spider-Man, the MCU trilogy of Spider-Man, let's just say No Way Home, because No Way Home was the most popular one. Not even that exceeded our expectations. That met our expectations because we were already expecting, Toby and all those characters. So that met our expectations. Anything else that you're thinking like, oh, this is gonna be crazy, or this is better than I thought it was definitely directed by James Gunn and Russo brothers. I think they were the only two directors to actually exceed our expectations on a project. There's a lot of good directors in the MCU, but I think they only met our expectations.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, even Sam Raimi is in the MCU. I don't think he was up there. He did awesome on the original Spider-Man. We all love those. But yeah, James Gunn and the Russo brothers, they did it with freaking the trilogy of Captain America, except for the first one. I forgot. I don't know who directed that one. I think that one is
someone else.
The lowest one out of three. And then James Gunn with Guardians he killed it. I think Guardians of the Galaxy is the best trilogy of the MCU. But okay.
Interesting.
My answer to the project that I think is gonna exceed, it could be You know what? I'm gonna say that just to say. I think the Marvels is gonna be a good movie.
The
It's
Marvels.
because people are hating on the movie, and the movie is naming it out. So
It does have
the
Kamala
bar,
Khan, and she's cool.
yeah, the bar is already so low that if the excitement crosses at least a little bit off the bar, it exceeded the expectation. of everybody.
You know, you're right.
So
You're right. A lot of us are thinking, "Oh, it's good, but can you make it great?" But there's also the other end where it's bad, but it actually ended up being kind of decent. That's still exceeding
Yeah.
expectations.
yeah, so that's my one. The Marvels is gonna exceed.
You know what? I
the
think
fans'
Agatha is
expectations.
going to exceed expectations. Quite honestly, seeing the more people get casted for that, the Wanda's kids. There's a couple other people being casted
Vision
for that.
Quest. Vision Quest could also exceed fans' expectations, even though there's like barely information of it, other than Vision's coming back. But Vision Quest may be also.
Yeah.
But yeah, my answer is the Marvels because its bar is so low. A little bit of goodness in it, it exceeded our expectations. Oh,
I
that's funny.
sure hope it exceeds our expectations.
Oh my god. Hopefully. All right. So again, that question is from the two black nerds, the champions from the last podcast war, hosted by the Stark Pod. They're cool. They're cool guys. Okay. Next question is from True Champ again. He asked us who has the worst standalone movie in the MCU.
I'm gonna let you go first on this one.
Who has the worst standalone movie in the MCU? Okay, so let's define standalone, because
Like not Civil War or
Okay.
Avengers type of thing.
so like just a character by himself in the whole entire movie.
Yeah, I mean, you could theoretically also say Guardians because it's not dealing with other like MCU characters other than their family. But I mean, you're not going to say Guardians. But
No, I love
you know
Guardians.
that a solo film that doesn't have other MCU characters in there.
Okay. I think Doctor Strange 2.
Really, the worst
Yeah.
standalone?
I to be honest, I like Thor 2 better than Doctor Strange. I like Eternals
Wow,
better than Doctor Strange 2.
wow,
I like Iron Man 3, Iron Man 2 better than Doctor Strange 2.
wow.
I like Thor 1, 2, and 3, and 4. No, never mind. Not 4. Wait, no. I'm talking about Thor 4. Wait, can I change my answer to Thor 4?
I like Doctor Strange better than.
Wait, no. I completely forgot about Thor 4. Okay, I got two answers. I got Doctor Strange 2 and Thor 4.
No. You only get one.
One movie that I hate most.
I think you hated Thor 4 more.
Yeah, I hated Thor more. Okay. You know, like sometimes we watch a movie and the hype is so high that we say it's like the best movie, and then like later on though we change our mind. I did that with Doctor Strange. I thought it was so good when I saw it, and then later on it's like, it wasn't that great. But with Thor, after I walked out of that theater, I was with you, and I said this one sucked. Yeah, that's how bad
We
it was
said
for
it.
me.
No. We said it was on par with Thor 3. In our podcast,
I take it back. I take that.
we
last
we
episode
said
that
Thor
did.
3 was like marginally better than Thor 4. Which is pretty embarrassing.
It's very embarrassing. This is why you should not do an episode.
This is why
right
you
after
need
saw the
to.
movie.
This is why you need to watch a movie twice.
Yeah, before you do an actual podcast about it, because people can fish about it. It's like, yo, but you said this on this episode, but now you're saying this on another one.
Cancel.
But yeah, I wasn't. Okay, yeah, I'm sticking with Thor 4.
Thor 4.
4.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm going Iron Man 2.
Iron Man 2.
I hated Iron Man 2. I love 1 and
Bro,
3.
what?
3 is better than most people say it is, but
Yeah.
2, the villain of 2 was just so straight up butt cheeks. I was so disappointed.
I think if you take the villain out of the Iron Man 2, it could be a good movie. Just do Iron Man stuff by himself, because it has one of the best suit ups in the whole movie with a suitcase, bro, on that
Phenomenal suit up.
Yeah,
But
like that's one of the coolest scenes, and then
that's
Elon
like
Musk
one of the
gave it
only
to
things people remember from Iron Man 2.
I
Because
guess.
it's straight
I
cheeks.
guess it could be a good answer because of the villain. The villain Whiplash. I think that was his name.
Probably the worst MC villain in all villains.
Well, they did the Mandarin. On Iron Man
Nah, they were. Nah, he was better than Iron Man 2 villain.
3. A fake villain was better than actual villain.
Bro, even he did better.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. So yeah, so that was the question from True Champ Reyes. Who has the worst standalone movie? Again, mine was Thor 4 and Iron Man 2 for Danny. Alright, let's see what other questions we have here. Where's the other photo? Okay, so this is from Sean. Our dear friend Sean. He asked, because he loves the freaking Zack Snyderverse so much, he is asking, should Warner Brothers sell Snyderverse to Netflix?
No! No! They shouldn't sell the Snyderverse to Netflix. Here's why. If Warner Brothers is smart... Look, people say it's smart for Warner Brothers to sell the Snyderverse to Netflix. It's not. It's straight up the dumbest business decision you could possibly make. Here's why. You sell the Snyderverse to Netflix, and they come out with more Snyderverse movies, quote unquote. The new DC will mean nothing to all those Snyderverse fans, and possibly pull away fans that aren't even Snyderverse fans, but like could potentially like the Snyderverse movies more. So you're not making money, because if you sell it to Netflix, you're not making any of that Snyderverse money. 1, 2, you're pulling away fans from your current DC, because Snyderverse is going to show Henry Cavill's DC and you know those characters, and James Gunn is trying to introduce new characters, and people might be like, oh, I don't care about new characters, I just want to stick with the old. So it's the dumbest business decision you could possibly make. As a fan, yeah, why not? It gives me more content. but if you're smart, you're like, no, you don't do that. That's dumb.
It is dumb. Yeah. Sean, let it go. It's never coming back.
Let it go.
Yeah. But there's a thing that James Gunn actually did that actually makes sense of why they're not continuing. Well, it doesn't make sense of why they're not continuing the Snyderverse, because James Gunn said that they're still doing the other Superman movie with the Black Superman. I don't know, I forget his name. They're doing
Michael B. Jordan.
I think that's this project. I think so. I'm not sure which project of who. I know that Michael B. Jordan was working on one, and I know they were working on another super movie, but it's not main DCU. Is Elseworld. But why they can continue to use the Cineverse as Elseworld DC, and then James Gunn can do his own thing with the new stuff.
Mm.
That was one of the things I was like, me and Sean were talking about. But no, they should not sell it to Netflix. That's the literally dumbest business decision anybody will make. And the people who are ranting for it, you're dumb. Why would they do that? I don't get it. Like, why would they sell the rights to their characters to Netflix? They all the characters and everything is theirs. Sean, you're dumb. Okay, next question. Next question. Okay. All right. So this guy is 1300 Isa. I think I pronounced your name right. If I
we did a podcast with him. Andrew. That's Andrew.
That's Andrew. Oh, he's using his actual. Okay.
His podcaster name. What's up,
That's
Andrew?
True. Sorry, bro. I forgot. I feel so bad now. All right, he asked us, MCU future, the CGI, the writing, the CGI, etc. How is it going forward based on the Guardians of the Galaxy? Like your expectation on everything that's going forward after seeing Guardians of the Galaxy.
It doesn't change. James Gunn is gone. James Gunn did his own separate thing. It had no connection to anything with Phase 5 or Phase 6. Well, maybe Phase 6. I don't know. We don't know about
I
Phase
think
6.
I think he's coming back. James Gunn. I think he has to come
He's not
back.
coming
But
back.
if the Guardians are still out there, and then
He's not coming back. He said if they do something else with Guardians, it's going to be with a different person.
no, okay. I don't think they're gonna do another Guardians movie, but I think like because he came in for Avengers 1 and 2. I mean not at 1 2 like Infinity and Endgame to direct those characters. Because he was a producer in the movie.
Yeah.
And I think almost every director for each thing came in and gave their input so the characters can make sense.
True. However, none of those directors were heads of another studio. So
Yeah. Probably.
he's got a lot on his plate, especially by the time those movies come out, 2025 timeframe. Superman Legacy is coming out. His stuff has started to come out. I don't think he's gonna have time for that. But what are my thoughts of the future? I'll tell you my thoughts on the future of DC. Higher. My thoughts on the future of DC are higher. My thoughts on Marvel, honestly, true, in genuineness, my thoughts on Marvel got lower after watching this movie. Because it's like, I'm not really excited for anything until Daredevil comes, which is next spring. Possibly, because it could be delayed with the writer's strike. So it's like, oh, I'm just riding this high of Guardians 3, and then these projects are going to come out. Well, I guess Secret Invasion. But these projects are going to come out. It's like, it's not going to be as good as Guardians 3.
I don't think any movie could be better than Guardians 3. I'm kidding. But yeah, I agree with you. I don't. The expectations for anything before or after Guardians of the Galaxy were the same for any other project. Because I never had any complaints with the CGI with Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2 and not even 3. It looks awesome. But what was the project before? Ant-Man? I mean, Ant-Man CGI was pretty alright. The only problem that I had was the costumes that they
suits.
they pick. Yeah, not their suits, but like the people that were playing aliens, like they were dressed up.
Yeah,
that's my one of the problems that I had. It wasn't even CGI problem. It was just there. But to me, like you said, like we don't have really expectations for anything Marvel that's gonna be like, oh my god, with CGI or writing. I mean, maybe writing, maybe Secret Invasions, like we said earlier, like could be one of the exceeding expectations of movies that we can get. But other than that, yeah. So that was Andrew, the other Andrew, the cool Andrew.
the cooler Andrew.
Yeah.
Tragic.
Okay, so we have another question here. It's from Jalen Wade 89. He's asking us, would you guys want on Guardians of the Galaxy 4?
No.
No.
Do not give me a Guardians of the Galaxy. If you give me,
No.
if someone comes in and directs Guardians of the Galaxy 4, I will march right up to the to Marvel Studios headquarters and set it on fire.
That he's lying, guys. He would not actually do that, or do not promote Billions Fires.
I got candles ready.
Yeah, no. Leave it alone. We saw what could happen after the fourth movie with Thor: Love and Thunder. We thought, hey, cool, this character's getting a fourth movie. He's not done yet. We were wrong.
They have the perfect ending. If you ruin a perfect ending,
Okay.
it no longer makes the ending perfect because then it's not an ending.
It's not. But yet again, remember, we have a new Guardians of the Galaxy, though. We
I
don't
still
have
want
the original.
I would rather see
lineup.
that in a special.
A special is because, like, the post you did today, this morning, that the possible new way of them coming back to the big screen or even on TVs is another special. Like Rocket said on the very end, a new special may be coming out. Maybe another Christmas special. Maybe we can see some cameos of.
Could
of
be a reason
characters.
why they dropped Echo all at once. Who knows? Theories.
But no, do not give us Guardians 4. If it's not with James Gunn, don't do it. Don't do it
Agreed.
at all.
Also, just no. I was just gonna keep on hating on it, but the point is no.
Nah, we don't want another one. All right, another question is from Ryan Hagler. He's asking us. This is a very good question because we gotta think a little bit for this one. He's asking us, who would make the best Marvel power couple?
Oh, that's easy.
Who will make a power couple?
Of the best power couple, I'm going with Mantis and Wong. Yo, we got the Sorcerer Supreme, who makes jokes all the time. He's lighthearted, but deep down, badass. 2, we got Mantis, who can like seemingly disform her body in multiple ways, and just boom, sleep, boom, act like a cat, boom.
Oh yeah.
So, power couple. Obviously, that's a joke. It's not a joke, but I could see it. Also, Nebula, changing now that she's got like this shape-shifting arm, and you basically can't kill her unless you literally take her apart. Because we've seen her get literally destroyed in Guardians 3 and be perfectly fine 2 seconds later. But I think the answer's obvious. Scarlet Witch and Thor. Come on. They're 2 of the most powerful people in the MCU. They're both hot.
They're not Scarlet Witch, but Captain Marvel with Thor. That was one of the theories that they were gonna do for Endgame. They were gonna have a love interest. I don't know if you remember those theories that they were dropping already. Jane Foster, like, screw her, whatever. He can be hooking up with Captain Marvel. That was one of the theories. Like, that would have been a cool thing to see. So is that your answer? Thor and
Scarlet Witch. I mean, you literally have 2 hotties, 2 baddies that are strong as heck, even though Thor got kind of nerfed in Thor 4. That's my answer. What's your answer? Captain Marvel and Thor?
No. Oh my god, what's her name? Oh my god, I forgot her name. She's from She-Hulk.
The friend?
The girl, I think it's Madison, something like that.
Oh, Madison, but not with the
Wong?
Y, but not where you think.
Yeah, with Wong. I think that's your power couple right there.
Okay, I respect that.
They're not that really powerful. I don't know. I just saw them on She-Hulk, and they were like the best part of the whole show. Yeah. But to be more specific to the power couple. Oh my god. Ooh. This is I don't know. There were like rumors about it. Not rumors, but like people saying like, oh, Scarlet Witch and Spider-Man. That could be a thing.
Scarlet Witch and Spider. Oh my gosh. It's like about a
could be
teenage boy's dream.
It's your dream.
I'm not a teenage boy.
I don't know.
Anyways, next question.
Yeah. It's
Spider-Man and Scarlet Witch. I mean,
Yeah.
kind of strange, but okay.
they lost everything, right? They both did.
It's true. They both got depression issues.
Oh my god. All right, let's see how many questions we have left. That's not a question. Answer this one. Okay. All right. So we have another question from Andrew Chusham. more
True
specific.
champ.
True champ. He's asking us. I think we gotta have the same answer for this, and I think we
Okay.
talked about it already. What do you think is the best trilogy in the MCU?
Guardians. Guardians. This is not counting Avengers.
Yeah.
I don't think that counts. So we got Captain America, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Thor, and Guardians. I don't think I'm missing any.
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man. You're right. Guardians
it.
wins all the way. They had 3 killer movies. 2 was kind of, I wouldn't say it was a letdown, but it was a drop. It was a drop from the first and the third, but it was still solid.
Hey, bro, calm down. Calm down.
Yo.
No need to trash Guardians 2.
I'm not
I love
trashing
Guardians
it. I'm just saying it was a step down from the first and the third.
Oh my god.
The point is, it's the best
Hot
trilogy.
take moment. I think Guardians 2 is better than Guardians 1. Boom.
Hot take.
That's a hot take right there. I know people hate Guardians 2. I love Guardians 2. I think it's better than the first one. But yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy is the best trilogy. I think it's out of all the trilogies, it had a completion to it. Not an arc, because I think it did a good job with all the trilogies except for Ant-Man. Ant-Man is the only trilogy that didn't complete his arc.
Yeah.
But I think Thor completed his arc, and then they ruined it on the fourth one. Captain America, he had a full arc. He went from selfless to selfish, like the whole thing. And then we saw the opposite with Iron Man. He went from selfish to selfless. So that we saw those transitions.
And Spider-Man, he had his
Spider-Man, he has his arc. Now he went from. I think the trilogy for Spider-Man was a. What did you call the first movie? The
Origin
first movie is
story?
what? Origin story. I think this trilogy is the origin story that we got to see him growing from being a.
He just went from being
kid.
like this kid to like growing up
Spider-Man.
to Spider-Man. Exactly.
Yeah, I think he became Spider-Man. Actually, Spider-Man. By the end of the third one, he was Spider-Man. Yeah, before doing his stuff. So was Andrew and Toby, but they only had like a 10-minute window to become from point A to point B, and then becoming Spider-Man already. But I think all those trilogies had a good completion. But Guardians of the Galaxy, for me, it just ended the perfect way. No one died. No one has to be sacrificed to make the story better. Even though the posters and the marketing for this movie were like, gosh, damn, they're going to kill Rocket. They're going to kill Star-Lord. Drax isn't coming back, so that guy is dead. So, like, everybody would be dying, but it ended happy.
And no one died.
And no one died.
I mean, I can't talk about this movie enough. The fact that no one died and this movie was such a masterpiece and, like, completed everyone's arc was absolutely nuts.
That's true. It completed every person's arc on that movie.
Everyone's arc.
Everybody. 5 characters. Is it 5 characters?
Yeah.
5 characters.
Groot. No. You got Groot, Cosmo. No, not Cosmo. You got Groot, Peter, Gamora, Nebula, Mantis, Drax, and you could even say Kraglin had a character arc because of the whole Arrow thing. Am I missing any? Rocket. You had 8 character arcs. You had 8 character arcs completed.
On 3 movies. Insane. James Gunn, masterpiece, bro.
DC
and
isn't safe hands.
And the freaking song, bro. The freaking
Dog Days.
Dude.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
on repeat. It's on repeat. I love that song. Oh my god.
My FBI agent is like, "What the hell are you doing? How many times are you gonna listen to Dog Days?"
For real. Oh my god, that movie was just beautiful. Oh yeah, so Guardians of the Galaxy is for us the best trilogy. Let's see. Do we have any more questions? We answered this one.
We answered all 10 questions.
I think so. Probably we're missing one. And answer this, answer that. Yeah, I think we're done. I think that was the last question.
Hold up, I'm gonna have to double check this.
Yeah,
So
like I said, I
all
was
our
done.
questions.
I was done with the questions. Danny didn't trust me. Danny had to check my work because he'd been a butthole. But yeah, I want to say thank you for everybody who did participate and ask us questions. We loved this. It was 100% fun. I want to do this more. Maybe next month. Maybe do this once a month when we have nothing else to do.
Where we just ask questions and then submit as many answer questions and submit as many questions as you want. If you want to submit 10, 20, 5,
we'll answer all of them.
Well, that's all of them.
As long as they're not weird questions.
Yeah, don't be weird. Rule number 1, don't be weird. Rule number 2, don't make it weird. As one of my teachers once told me. Wait, before we go any further, there is one more piece of news that needs to be announced. Sitting ovation, because I'm not gonna stand because then I'll get out of the picture and I'm in my birthday suit. No, I'm kidding. I'm wearing shorts, but let's give a round of applause. Where's the sound thing?
I got you, bro. I got you.
Hold up.
Ready?
Yeah. Let's give a round of applause to our co-host who is now engaged. Woo! Taking a big life step over here.
Oh my god. Oh my god. And finally get to play with these sounds on StreamYard. Wait, no. Riverside. I always get them confused.
This is our live audience giving us a round of applause. This is actually recorded in a studio with 50 people watching. Live studio with 50 people watching. They're going to go rate us on Rotten Tomatoes. But
oh my god.
Our boy got engaged.
Congrats.
Congrats.
Thank you guys.
So
Much appreciated.
enjoy the high of life.
I can't wait.
The next milestone.
Can't wait to get married. Y'all know for what? Nah, I'm kidding.
Hey, cancel
oh my
again.
god.
So,
Yeah.
I believe that is the end of our podcast. We do have lots of guests lined up in the future, so be ready. We are not recording. Well, let me rephrase that. We are not recording our own podcast every single week because we are also on other people's podcasts. So on those weeks where you're like, Unqualified Heroes hasn't posted an episode this week, check our page. We probably shouted out someone else's podcast because we're on them. So just be on the lookout. They're either on our episode or we're on their episode. We got a bunch of people lined up. They're really cool. The people that we've already either been on their episode or vice versa is also really cool. There's just really cool people out there. So be on the lookout for the future of Unqualified Heroes. We got some good stuff going on. But if you want to just follow us individually on Instagram, you can follow me at Zany42 with 3 N's, 2 is taken. And if you don't want to follow me,
you can follow me, Messi.17_, and you can like my most recent photo. You can see that I got engaged, and it's not a fake girl who does not live in Canada, and we do not go to different schools. So it's a real girl, guys. Calm down.
It's not an inflatable.
It's not. Oh my god. She's hidden back in the closet. Nah, I'm kidding. It's okay. She doesn't listen to the podcast, so she will not. But yeah, so if you don't want to follow us individually, you can always follow us on Unqualified Heroes. We are on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Do not follow us on Snapchat because we're not little girls.
It's not us.
It's not us. But other than that,
Unqualified Heroes!
Ba, 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 ba.